Well, boys and girls, after a spectacular Champions League night against Real Madrid, we all of a sudden find ourselves in the Champions League quarter-final in our first ever season in the competition. And not only that, thanks to a fantastic run of form and the return of Endrick as the greatest player in the history of the world, we've got the chance to qualify for next year's one as well. It's all on an upwards trajectory at the moment, and we would like that to continue now. Really exciting thing for tonight's stream is it is March 2028, and for some reason we've got nearly 3 weeks off between playing Crystal Palace, which we do in a minute, and then playing Leeds. The Champions League quarter-final is later on as well. I don't know why there's such a long international break, but that does mean that not only can we play March in March, we can just play March in March as well. So we're going to do March in March, then March in March in March. So it's all about March. Let's play Crystal Palace, because then we've got this 3-week break. If I recall, a very average central midfielder then became a centre-back and all of a sudden was considered to be an England international. According to FM, Rice can play centre-back. Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful goal. Look at that. Only playing one striker. We only need one defender. Arguably no defenders. We've got a goalkeeper. The goalkeeper can take care of the striker. Play everyone else in midfield and attack. If you have got everyone playing in attack and you're good at keeping the ball, as long as you never give the ball away, it doesn't really matter what's going on at the other end of the pitch. Right, we do need to keep winning every match if we're going to get into the Champions League next year. And based on how much fun we've had in the Champions League this year, we want to get into it again next year. Of course, the alternative, and these were the kind of things we were saying last season, the other option to get into the Champions League next year is just to win the thing. This is what we were saying about the Europa League. So we just went and won it. Come on, Tarek, whip it in. Whip it, Tarek. Tarek, whip it. Skip's going to whip it. Someone's got to whip it. Somebody, or just whack it. Whip it or whack it. I don't mind which. Spendy whacked it. Come on, then. Oh. Have Argentina got a blue away kit? Or is that purple? I can't really tell. My colour blindness is kicking in. But for a team to have a blue and white home kit and a blue away kit, smacks of arrogance. It's purple. Okay. I'll allow it. Oh, hold on. We've got a fight. Someone's saying purple. Some saying dark blue. Blue is blue. It's either blue or it's purple. There's no such thing as dark blue. If it's blue, it's blue. Purple, I'll just about allow. We've conceded a goal here late on, which is probably going to cost us the Champions League, because I'm arguing about as a colourblind man, I'm arguing about the colour of their shirts. We've now got back-to-back games against March in March, one of which is in March. I'm very excited. I have a colour-calibrated monitor. That's purple. What a nerd. What a nerdy sentence to type in a Twitch chat. So, little message for those of you who might not have been here at the start of the stream, and I will be mentioning this throughout. You'll have noticed on today's YouTube video, I think was it today's YouTube video? It was sponsored by Skillshare. Was that today? Yeah, today's YouTube video was sponsored by Skillshare. We're a little bit down on the Skillshare conversion rate. We are in danger of losing Skillshare as a sponsor. So if you've never, ever, if you've never signed up for Skillshare using my link before, goodness me, would I appreciate it if you did. It's genuinely a good product. I used to pay for it before I worked with them. I've sorted Chris out of a membership as well, to, teach him how to edit. Things were iffy at the start. But it is genuinely good. And we need to get a few more conversions or we might risk losing them. And they've been sponsoring all of my channels for 3 or 4 years at this point. We've worked with Skillshare for a very long time. I don't want to lose them. So if you've never signed up before, it's free to sign up for a month. Try it out. It's great. If you want to keep it, keep it. If you want to cancel it after your month free trial, you can, and it doesn't cost you a penny, but it is really good. Please and thank you. It's !Skillshare in the chat. I'd just really appreciate as many of you as possible signing up for that trial. Right, we're playing Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarter-final, who I think are one of the teams that finished above us in the league stage. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Nothing to fear then. We're better than Bayern Munich. We already know that. Did we play them? I don't think we did play them, did we? We'll sort them out. We'll ruin them. Bayern Munich. If we can beat Real Madrid, we can beat Bayern Munich. If we can beat Real Madrid, we can beat anybody. So that's going to be fun. Oh, I beat them in the Super Cup. I knew I'd played them. I knew I recognised that team name. I don't know. I was out all morning. Anna sent me to Argos. The worst possible place you can send a person in the run-up to Christmas. She sent me to the worst place. I had to go to Argos. And I've never been to an Argos before. I had to pay for parking. But the particular thing she wanted from Argos wasn't available from any of our normal local Argoses. So I had to drive to a wonderful little place called Corby, where there is an Argos, where you have to pay 50p to park. Because I paid 50p to park, I also went into the Home Bargains that was there. I don't know that I've been in a Home Bargains before. How do I describe Home Bargains in Corby? There was both a volume and a scent to it that I struggle to put into words. It was lots of crying children, lots of shouting angry people, really strong scent of booze, but not like, this smells like a delicious beverage, like beer sweat. And it was just really very unpleasant. Right, we haven't had the top 3 of next gen this year. That's sad. We haven't got anyone in the next gen. Shall I get the Cameroonian Mbappe? Can we click on him? No. We haven't got any young... We need to sign young players again. I liked having the top 3 on next gen. We don't have anyone young enough. Shady's seen it as well. There you go. So Shady's in the perv group by the sounds of it. Oh, Silas. This is why we're going to keep him forever. Cheese dog story. I mean, it's not much of a... I can't even remember why... the chap, I don't know if he's still here, Yoda, who was in a minute ago, listened to the podcast many, many moons ago and used to come to MGPX and stuff like that and meet up at conventions and whatnot. And not long after we got Dave, he was being a pain in the backside and Yoda suggested chopping up little bits of cheese and using them as a reward. And for some reason, I just remember that. I don't know why I remember specifically that. But occasionally Dave will have a small piece of cheese. And I always think, Yoda invented giving cheese to dogs. No one had ever done it before him. Find a venue, pick a date, book anything. But that aside, yes, there's very much still a plan for it. I've got the Poland-Argentina game on. Oh, it is in that one. They're doing a VAR now. The ref's looking at the little telly. What is that a penalty for? Because Messi headed it and didn't score, and it's assumed it's a penalty. Silas has got his hat trick. What? I mean, I've not got the volume on. What are they arguing the penalty would be for? What is the penalty for? For clattering into him after he's already headed the ball? That can't be a penalty, surely. It's a good save. It was a pretty poor penalty, wasn't it? He wasn't at full stretch. I don't even know. I mean, I guess he's used them at school previously or something. He's never, we've had some in the past and he just refused. So I think, got rid of them when we moved because they'd just been in their house for ages and he never used them. But yeah, he just announced on the way down to London that he wanted ear defenders for the tube. And it's like, well, we haven't got any. You could have told us this days ago. But yeah, Westfield were awesome. I've tweeted Lionel Missy. Well done. You deserve it. That's yours now. Right. Silas, well done. And now we are getting ready for Bayern Munich. We're home in the first leg. Hendrick suspended. Lokonga's suspended. Spendy's injured. We're making it hard for ourselves. Right. Come on, Micah. Let's do a football. Who are this Bayern Munich? We're not worried about them. Isaac Hansen Arwen has done a football right on the stroke of half time. It's Peterborough United 1, Bayern Munich 0 in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. I forget what else went on. I'm sure Anna and Shortstay did something. I just don't remember what it was. That's not ideal. We've conceded a goal there. Remember, Endrick will be back for the second leg. So we need Endrick to single-handedly deal with Bayern Munich again like he did earlier in the season. Right, come on. Winner here. Winner for us, not for them. I should have clarified. Peterborough United winner here, please. Idiots. That's got to be offside. Referee. Referee. Referee! Why is he just walking off? Why is he not even... I don't understand. That's not gone to plan, has it? Right, we're now in the predicament where we still need to put a full-strength team out against West Ham because it's now even less likely that we win the Champions League. So the only way we're going to get back in it is to qualify for it again. So the West Ham game arguably becomes even more important than the Bayern Munich one. So we can't even rest anyone. It's not ideal. Job, I did that teacher training to teach me how to drink coffee that's gone cold. Oh, football! Ref, not a chance. Now you turn up to have a word. I mean, where were you when Musiala just did exactly that to us? Exactly. Exactly. That'll learn him. It's a boring save because winning the Premier League 15 times is boring. We've just given away a penalty. Would I ever do home again? No, probably not. I've said for several years now, the next time you see home, there'll be a real club. Seems less likely these days that will ever happen. There was a time there when it could have been on the cusp of happening, and then the pandemic happened. You think you want the same save you've already seen until you start watching it and realise it's the same as the one you've already seen. And then you realise you actually want something new and different. Comey, thank you very much for 4 months. We're losing against West Ham. Our season is crumbling around us as I speak. We'll probably still qualify for the Europa League and probably win it. But it does feel like a bit of a step back. And when you've got players like Endrick knocking around the place, I worry that he might not want to stick around for another season in the Europa League. Now he's had the taste of the Champions League good stuff. And this could be seriously problematic if we don't qualify for the Champions League. We need to beat Bayern Munich away from home. Which, when you say it like that, you realise just how easy a task it is. How is Diego getting on? He's now an unconvincing central midfielder. Training facilities promise, it seems locked in all the time. I mean, it depends on the club you're managing, I guess. The reason it's such an issue with Peterborough Sports is because they're basically a Sunday League team, so they have no training facilities. So every player who's going to consider signing for them says, oh, yeah, I suppose, but you need proper training facilities. That's why it's such a thing with Peterborough Sports. Happy if Poland lose, so no breakfast for me when I get home from work. Come on, Poland. Is it your fault? Are you Argentinian? Is it your fault if Poland lose? Why do you have to miss out on breakfast? Sir Declan Rice in midfield for Bayern Munich, I just noticed. And that, boys and girls, is the goal that ends our season, I think. Oh, can we not get completely battered? We did so well against Real Madrid. Goal? What, another goal? I don't think there is a goal. I think I'm being trolled. Mike Kabirov is he's neither. He's just an Arsenal youth player in real life. I certainly wouldn't class him as a wonder kid. Oh, Isaac Hansen-Aaron. Beautiful. Yeah, not a wonder kid, just some guy. There we have it. Back to BBC One. Oh, now I realise why I had HD on. That is horrible. We've conceded another goal while I'm messing around with TV channels. This is ruining our season. We're going to finish 8th after all this, because this is going to absolutely blow our confidence away. And then we've got to play all of the top 4 in the Premier League before the end of the season. We're not going to get into Europe at all. And then we're going to lose everybody in the summer, and it's going to be a disaster. Time for a big rebuild in the summer. I mean, we don't need a big rebuild. We've got a team full of brilliant wonder kids. who will win. This team would win the Champions League within 2 or 3 years if just left to mature. The problem we're going to have, I think, is that we're not going to get that opportunity because most of the wonder kids will force their way out of the club now. So we're going to be forced into having to do a rebuild. I don't want to have to do, really. I wanted to win it with these boys. You need a whopping great budget this summer to go shopping. I genuinely don't. I don't really want to buy anyone. I'm happy with this squad. I would be happy with no transfer budget, but a big wage budget to throw money at these players to tie them down to the club. I'm a star rating man. Yes, I am. Why do I keep Beerith around? Because he scores loads of goals. I don't just rely on star rating. It's star rating and how they play. And Beerith scores goals. Mexico have scored. Right, come on, Hendrick. We've got Hendrick and Micah Beerith on the pitch. Anything's possible. Here goes Hendrick. If we score again here, surely not. Is it possible? Right, we need 2 goals in the last 12 minutes. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Let us dream. Little Joe to Leopold. Come on. Oh, come on! Come on, boys! Micah Beerith! Oh, why have they got the ball? We're supposed to have the ball. We're the ones trying to score a goal, not Bayern. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Certainly didn't deserve to concede 5 goals in that match. On another day, we've scored 3 goals away from home against Bayern. On another day, we're in the Champions League semi-final. And now we've got 3 straight defeats going into the most important run of matches in the history of the football club. We just got to beat Chelsea. That's it. Just win every match. Starting with Chelsea, let's go and beat them. That's all we need to worry about. It's not a case of we have to win 7 matches in a row. That's what we had earlier in the season. And by the way, we did it. But we don't need to win 7 matches in a row now. All we need to focus on, all we need to do, we must beat Chelsea. We'll worry about what comes next after that. We're at home against a Chelsea team who are below us in the league. We just have to beat them. That's all there is. That's all. That's easy. Come on, Patrick. This might be Patrick's final matches for us. Hendrick! Number 26 for the season from him. He has had a fantastic second half of the year. And we're just left with Micah Beerith and Ronnie Edwards and a bunch of other championship players who've been playing above their level because they've been surrounded by fancy wonder kids. I think he'll probably rather go to Barcelona if they're in the Champions League. Or even if they're not, they're still Barcelona, we're still Peterborough. Oh, Job's first goal of the season. I don't really have time to sit and watch football matches. The only matches I've actually sat and watched are the England ones. The rest have just been on while I've been doing other stuff. Whereas normally I would watch the whole World Cup. And if I'm in the Championship and my scouts are telling me they're going to be a top Premier League player, I'll sign them if they've only got 2 stars of current ability. Because they'll develop quickly. Right, come on, Tarek. Oh, Job! Job likes playing in the Champions League. He's fed up of his brother having all of the plaudits. The results stand, they draw straws. That's insane. Currently, Poland are on less yellow cards. Okay. I mean, there's still 20 plus minutes to go, aren't there? So there's bound to be more action yet. Mexico need 1 more goal for the same goal difference. It's the same goal difference now, isn't it? Has Hendrick just missed a penalty? The graphic they've just put on the telly, they were both on the same goal difference. Ah! At the minute, Poland go through on fair play. Wowzers. Right, we're playing Manchester United. Let's stop worrying about Jurgen Klopp's bottom. I sent an equally good news story on Twitter, did you? What, in reply to that one? No. Hendrick's already bet. We just talked about Hendrick. He's elite, not world class. He's already elite, which is above world class. Do we start Christmas music tomorrow? No. We'll start Christmas music when I get back off holiday, maybe. Which are... Oh, little Joe, what are you doing? Who will tell Kev? Who will tell Kev what? It is interesting to see that Haaland's still just elite and Mbappe's already legendary. Are we doing a programme with Kenny Omega? I dropped enough hints last week on Dynamite. We're not getting in the Champions League, boys and girls. Maybe that. Yes, it would be World Cup, not Euros, because I guess Bernardo was in the Euros winning team for Portugal, I guess. Surprised Salah wasn't legendary. So yeah, again, maybe you need a World Cup win to be classed as legendary, which again, Salah won't have. That's the big difference between Mbappe and all of those others. Mbappe's got a World Cup win. I guess the way to check would be to look at some English players. So like Harry Kane, who's now won 2 World Cups. Is he legendary? No, see, he's only elite. And he's won the World Cup twice. I don't know then. I don't know what the criteria for being legendary is. I guess maybe Kane's not won the Ballon d'Or. So he's won the World Cup twice, but not won the Ballon d'Or. I bet Mbappe's won the Ballon d'Or. So maybe you need the World Cup win. I mean, he's got 24 trophies as well. But he's won he's won everything. He's won the Ballon d'Or. He's literally won everything. I mean, there's no disputing he is legendary. I just wonder what the line below him is. Joshua Kimmich, Frenkie de Jong, and Kylian Mbappe are the only 3 legendary players in the database. I have not got a clue why those 3 are legendary. Maybe it is tenure at a club, because obviously Kimmich has been at Bayern for a gazillion years. Yeah, you lot can figure it out. We've got a match to play. Remember, we're playing Manchester United in a must-win game, and we've just scored a goal. The fans label you have to have a connection with the fans. Where's Holly when you need her? Oh, there's not a chance Holly knows. Google suggests it's legendary as an elite player over the age of 30. Well, we know that's not the case, because Mbappe is 29 and is legendary. Kane is 35 and elite. Just as one example. Right. That defeat is a problem, because we're now 10 points behind Arsenal with 5 games to go. I don't think we're getting in the Champions League, boys and girls, but we've just got to push on and hope the Europa League is enough to appease these players. Tell you what, if we beat Arsenal here, it's incredibly unlikely, because we are 13 points behind them. If we beat Arsenal here, we still have a glimmer of hope. Actually, can we mathematically even catch them? And never watched the cartoons until, like I say, watched a few on Netflix this year. Didn't get it. Not like this. But Death Note aside, never enjoyed any other manga. Micah Beerif against his former club, keeping the dream alive to get anime. Come on, Micah. Come on, Ricky! Ricky Jake Jones, why did he not just wallop it? Right. Does that rule out us finishing 5th? Because I don't think 6th place in the Premier League is ever going to get the Champions League. So Champions League might be gone. Yeah, we'll now finish between 6th and 8th. So I think what we do here is our wonder kids who might leave this summer, we throw new contracts at. We're trying to qualify for Europe. Forget trying. We're going to qualify for Europe. Here you go. We've got all these. We're just giving new contracts to all our wonder kids because we're afraid that they're going to leave because we haven't made it into the Champions League. Yeah, Hendrick's just gone past him for top scorer. Right, we can still finish as low as 8th because these rascals haven't played their matches yet. And they get a wriggle on. But we've got a week until we play Man City. That'll obviously be the last game of the stream as well as the last day of the season. And then we'll know what competitions we're in next year and how much money we're going to have to spend on tomorrow's stream. Ricky J. Jones stays at the club forever. Right, Hendrick has another new contract. We're always throwing new money at this boy. But let's face it, he's scoring regular goals for Brazil now. He's quite good. And somehow, after the terrible start to the season he's had, it's been comfortably his best season since he's been here. We now cannot finish lower than 7th. And let's face it, goal difference-wise, we're going to finish 6th. So I think we're just about guaranteed Europa League at this point. I'd manage Milton Keynes, yeah. I'd ruin them, but I'd manage them. Right, I think this is confirmed Europa League. We should also get confirmed transfer budgets as well. So let's have a little look, shall we? Young Peterborough shine. Is that our name? Young Peterborough. Our best ever Premier League finish after the horrible start that we had. Conference League? What? I can only assume we're going to be bumped up to Europa League. Indicates that top 7 are definitely all getting into Europe. Just check my manager timeline. Yep, TJ Ioma, there he is. Signing for 90k from Lincoln. Brilliant. Love that feature. I'm wanted, did you say? You what? I don't care about this. We won the European Super Cup. Hooray. Isaac Hansen got Player of the Year or Signing of the Year. We're maxing out our attendances. We need a new ground. Money is up largely, which is good. Hendrick sells more shirts than anybody, as you would expect. We've bumped up to 4-star reputation, which is handy. That might help with keeping players. And there is the Team of the Year, which does have Sir Micah Beerith in it, who scored 30 goals. Hendrick with 31. What a season for Micah Beerith. Micah Beerith has no right to be scoring that quantity of goals. And Hendrick winning lots of awards again, as you would imagine. Beerith has won English Footballer of the Year and English Players Player of the Year. I feel very emotional. I have a tear in my eye seeing Micah Beerith win awards like that. Because it absolutely shouldn't be happening. There is no reason this boy should be winning anything. But he is. And we love him for it. Right, let's just... Oh, yeah, TJ Ioma still on there. Good, good. Good, good. That's our all-time best 11, which does have Sir Micah Beerith up front. Quite a good team, our all-time best 11. Most of them are still here, which is nice. Right. We are just shooping for... My word, getting in the Champions League gets you some social media followers. We gained 1.4 million social media followers this season. Champions League is good. Our season ticket waiting list is 35,000 people. I'm wanted by Manchester City. Wow. I'm not going. Well, I could take Hendrick with me. We can't get a new stadium. We've not got any money. I mean, I'll ask. Right. Club Vision. No mention of the new stadium on here. They want me to win the Conference League. I ain't going to be in it. And then finish mid-table. Yeah, we're going to do better than that. Don't you worry. Beerith's now a team leader, as he should be. Beerith, Edwards and Hendrick. Right, we'll tell the boys we're going to finish mid-table. And we are going to get to the budgets and then end the stream just before I show you them. Now, we are going to get to the budgets before the end of the stream. We are going to go to the Netherlands on our pre-season tour because I want to see if I can get back quicker than 3 days this time. And Beerith winning Footballer of the Year. I mean, that's just beautiful. Will he now become legendary Micah Beerith one day? Because he should. Haaland, top scorer, Hendrick. I mean, that's like a tale of 3 versions of FM, isn't it? FM21, FM22, FM23. And also... Oh, and Beerith's the one who made it into the Team of the Year, ahead of Hendrick. Beerith and Haaland up front, and then a bunch of Manchester United players behind them. Or are they Liverpool? That's basically the same, isn't it? They should just merge. They're basically the same. And there's your budget, sport. Forget your budgets. What's this? And we'll find out what size stadium we're going to get tomorrow. Can I do that? Oh, my word. So that's our budgets. And there you go. We know nothing. We don't actually know anything yet. So I should have kept it as a cliffhanger because that would have been so disappointing.